Morning to all. Myself, Dr. Haji. So here we are for Python full stack course. So not only full stack, suppose some of the students are opted for only core Python and advanced Python. So we will teach that core Python and advanced Python also. Before going to the session, first of all, you have to know what are the things that we have to learn. So what do you mean by full stack? Understand the term carefully. What is mean by full stack? Generally, in the olden days, not right now, in the previous days, in the software company, we are doing a project. At the time of doing a project, the code is developed by one person. Those are called developers. After completion of the code, whether the code is correct or wrong, that is right or wrong, that is tested by some team of members. Those are called testers. So right now, developers who write the code, testers who test the code, and one more thing is, you are writing the code and implementing the project, everything. How the thing is displayed to the user. How the thing is displayed to the user? They are called web programmers. Web programmers, that is by using the concept of HTML, CSS, etc. We have many things. Now, along with what is other thing? We need a project, we are implementing a project, we need to store some information. That is, a database is required. That is the task of database administrator. That is the task of database administrator. So finally, what is mean by full stack? The complete project. You are a full stack developer. If you are a full stack developer means you are handling databases, you are handling front end. That is the visualization, layout, web technologies like this. You are writing the code, that is back end, and you are providing the bridge between the front and back end. Everything is done by you. Observe who has the highest priority. If I am only the developer, so give some X amount of salary. If I am only the DBA, this amount of salary. If I know both the tasks, obviously the highest priority is given to the person who has the knowledge of full stack. Now this is Python full stack. Whatever the full stack you are using, first I will explain the terms. Then only you will understand. Remember, what is the term I use? Full stack. So if you are using the concept of full stack, first we need a programming module. That is, you are writing the programs. You are writing the programs. For this programming module, right now I am selected Python. So suppose some of the persons here selected Java. Then those are called Java full stack developer. If you are selected Python, you are called as Python full stack developer. So Python, under this Python, core Python, advanced Python, whatever it is. Along with what are the other things? UI. What is mean by UI? User interface module. This is my second module. So the user interface module specify how the user interact with the system. So like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, all those are user interface module. Along with user interface module, what are the other things you required? Database, right? We require database. Suppose SQL, MySQL, MongoDB, NoSQL. We have many number of databases are available. So database module. So one program is completed, interaction is completed, database is completed, and another thing is we required security, right? Security is also plays a key role, like DevOps. So operational security, operational security. So these are the different number of modules depending upon the programming language. Here the subpart, the programming module may change. Now I will show you the contents, what we are going to discuss. The first one is the basic Python. The first one is basic Python. Okay. So after completion, what are the topics? I will explain later. Once the basics of Python is completed, we are moving into advanced Python. Advanced Python. Now the programming task is completed. Programming task is completed. Now we are moving into web technologies, that is user interface. What we will cover? HTML, CSS, JavaScript, DOM, jQuery, Bootstraps, data formats. So these are the different types. Along with we also discuss TypeScript, AngularJS. Okay. So many number of user interface modules. Okay, second module is completed. Now you know what you know. You know front end, that is user interface, back end programming language. Once you know these two, you are in a position to write the project. If you want to write a project, you need a database. Depending upon the requirement, you can select any database, either MongoDB or MySQL. Now, up to now, this is fine. In Python, additionally, we are learning one more topic. This is Django. This is the additional and the most useful thing in Python. This is called a framework. Especially speaking, Django is called a web framework. So we will discuss this web framework in detail. Okay. So this is the complete full stack. This is the complete full stack. Now we are moving into step by step. Just now we understand what are the contents you have. Now I am moving into the basic introduction to Python programming. First, before going to Python, first I will give you one simple difference among Python with other languages. What is the difference? Suppose here I am writing a C program, C++ program, Java program, and then Python program. Why Python? Most of the members asked the question, why Python? We already have Java. First, I will give you simple difference. Here I am writing a program. My program is to print a hello message. In C language, how do we write the program? Hash include, even though you don't know the remaining languages, ignore that one. To make the comparison, stdio.h, here void main, within this printf hello. Close this main. This is the way to write hello message. Simply to print a 5-letter hello message, I need this much of code. I need this much of code. For example, the same in C++. So suppose C++, ignore that one, only 3 is sufficient. Java. Why? Because C++ and Java looks like same. Coming to Java, class sample public static void main string args of. Here in this again system dot out dot println. Here we are printing the message hello. Close this main method, close this one class. Now coming to coming to Python, print hello. The program is completed. Now observe the difference. Observe the difference. That is the reason we are using Python. Here, even though you don't know any programming language, I don't know anything, even a non-IT student also easily write the programs by using Python. Here, suppose in C, you need to remember this one, you need to remember this one, this brackets, this thing. In Java, class name, this complete syntax, and this is the way to print the message. In Python, if you remember only this 5-letter word, we can print the message. That is the advantage of Python. This is one advantage. I will show you another. Because of only this one, the Python is not popular. Only this one, the Python is not popular. We have many number of ways. Why Python is popular? Many number of ways. So what are the different ways? Applications. This is why you are selecting Python. We already have many number of programming languages. Why? Remember, Python is used in many areas. What are the areas? Now, desktop applications. Python is used in desktop application. What is mean by desktop application? Also called as standalone application. The meaning is simply, suppose we are creating a software, we are designing a software. The software is installed in a system. For example, coming to DMart, the billing software is installed in their whole system. Our example, simple example, VLC media player. Everyone know VLC media player. So suppose the player is installed in my system, then I watch the movies in my system only. You are unable to watch the movies in another system that does not contain VLC. All desktop, all softwares that are installed in a particular system, the softwares are designed by using Python. Now, second application are web applications. What is mean by web application? Any application that requires internet. For example, Amazon, Facebook, IRCTC, Redbus. If any application that requires internet, we are developing those web applications. So now the question is, by using Java also we are developing these desktop application and web application. Then why Python only? That is my next question. The most important point is, now what is the current booming technology in the entire software industry, not only for this stage, approximately for the 30 years, the current booming technology is machine learning, right? Machine learning. So under the machine learning, we have subcategories: artificial intelligence, so data science, so data analytics, so, and deep learning. But the base is machine learning. Remember, the machine learning is easily implemented by using Python. Compare to any language, you can compare with any language. So except to Python, in remaining all languages, it is very difficult to implement machine learning. Suppose in Java, if you are implementing a project in machine learning, approximately it takes some 200 lines of code. 200 lines of code. The same thing if you are implemented in Python, approximately it takes 10 to 15 lines. Observe the vast difference. 210. Why? Why? Why question is, in Python everything is predefined. What is the meaning of predefined? Already defined. Thus all the directories are already defined. Whenever we require, simply we are importing the particular module and we can use, instead of writing the code again, simply import the module and again we will use that one. Now this is the very important stream right now, along with machine learning. In the sense, always remember there are different categories: data analytics, data science, artificial intelligence, deep learning, in all those things. Now one more important application is internet of things. This is also one of the booming technology. Now this internet of things is also implemented by Python. Now one more question is, everyone, almost, whether he is an IT student or non-IT student, everyone know Java. Everyone know Java. Even movies also we listen the word Java, but not the word Python. So our assumption is Java is the oldest language. Java is the oldest language. Remember, not Java. Python is the oldest language. Python is developed in the year 1991. Java is developed in the year 1995. But the question is, why Java is the popular before 6 to 7 years? Before 6 to 7 years, no one knows Python language. No one knows Python language. Everyone knows Java language. Once the concept of artificial intelligence comes into picture, then Python becomes the most booming language. Up to now, Python, everyone know Python, but they don't know how to write and execute the programs in Python. So once the concept of machine learning, then we are implementing Python now in what we are doing in our curriculum. Now, next thing is, so what we discussed means why we are selecting Python language. I give two differences. One difference is easiness. I am writing the program in different languages. So compared to all the languages, it is very easy to write the program in Python. That is completed. So my second thing is, it is useful for most moving technologies, that is machine learning, game development, all those things. Now, after completion, my next question is, so right now I am selected the Python language. I selected Python language. What are the features that the language provides? What are the features that the language provides? Once you know the features, please mute yourself. What are the features that the language provides? So here I am not explaining the features. Why? In the sense, in every textbook also they are given the features as simple and easy. This is the first feature. How can we say that the language is simple and easy? Once we are going to the program, then only you have to say, okay, the language is very easy. Other than knowing, here I am saying that Python is very simple language and Python easy language. How can you guess? By doing at least one sample program, then only you said, yes, sir, Python is the easy language. Python is the simple language. Suppose one more feature is Python is dynamically typed language. What is mean by dynamically typed? If you want to learn the concept of dynamically typed, first of all, you have to know what is mean by this typed. What is mean by typed? When we are knowing this one, whenever we are writing at least a sample program, then only you understand what is the meaning of dynamically typed. That means I am not explaining the features right now. Okay, here in our curriculum, we give all the content. Python, that is the basics of Python, advanced Python, whatever it is, we are giving all the contents. What is the difference among our and among me and others is simply, here we are doing the programs in two ways. Generally, for every concept, we have a program. We are doing the programs in two ways. What is that one? Before that one, you have to know one thing. C is a procedure-oriented language. C is a procedure-oriented language. Java is a complete object-oriented language. Remember these two terms. These two terms plays very crucial role. C is a procedure-oriented language. Here, the main concentration is on functions. In object-oriented, the main concentration is on data. Now, coming to Python. Python is both procedure oriented and object oriented. Now you got it. Why you are using Python? Python supports all the features of C along with all the features of Java. All the features of Java. Now, my program and my concepts are divided into two categories. In the first half of these sessions, I am moving into the procedure-oriented concepts. The procedure-oriented concepts. In the next sessions, after completion of procedure-oriented, we are moving into object-oriented. Why these two? For example, if you want to crack an interview, suppose if you are the fresher, If you are the fresher, you have to solve some programs. If you want to solve from some programs, suppose palindrome, a simple example. Check whether a number is palindrome or not. Check whether a number is Armstrong number or not. We have to solve these programs. All such type of programs are comes under procedure oriented programming. That means once you know all these topics, then you are in a position to write any company interview. Interview in the sense written test, any written test. Now, so by using these concepts, you are in a position to write any program for cracking of interview. Okay, it is fine. Now, is the program is only sufficient? No. Along with the program, what is another thing? We need to implement the projects. We need to implement the projects. If you want to implement the projects, we need the concept of object-oriented programming. That means by this end of the day, you are in a position to solve any program. You are in a position to solve any project. Okay, here. So these are the ways. Now, for each and every topic, for example, today topic 1 is completed. Not topic 1, approximately 5 to 6 topics. There is no concept of programming. Generally, we are learning theoretical concept. Approximately, for example, we are in topic 10. Assume. After completion of the topic, I explain a program related to the topic. Parallelly, I am given an assignment. Parallelly, I given an assignment program. You have to solve this assignment. You have to solve this assignment. After solving the assignment, then only you will understand the topic. Just I am teaching the concept, you are listening the concept, that is not at all important. So the important thing is after completion of the class, you have to solve the assignment. Suppose if you are solving 100%, that is fine. If some of the students are unable to solve, no problem. In the next session, in the starting 5 to 10 minutes, I will solve this assignment. You have to know the solution. Directly given the question is not an important thing. You have to know the solution. For the next session, if you are unable to solve, I will give the solution how to solve the problem. Okay. So this is the pattern we are following. Concept along with program, along with assignment. Now, what is the additional thing we are providing? You have to know the additional thing. Everyone teach the Python either core or advanced. Just now I said Python is useful in many streams. One of the main stream is machine learning, right? One of the stream is machine learning. Remember, I know Python, but I don't know how to use. I know the language. For example, I have some items, some ingredients, but I don't know how to prepare a particular item. So I know Python, how that is applicable to machine learning. So here, even though it is not in your syllabus, it is check your syllabus, it is not in your syllabus. Here I will explain the concept of machine learning also. Under this, what are the things? I will explain the NumPy 1 module, Pandas is another module, Matplotlib, this is one module, and SciPy, this is another module. These are the 4 important modules that are needed for implementing a project in machine learning. Implementing a project in machine learning. Once you understand all these modules, we are given a real-time application based on this machine learning. For example, some of the machine learning algorithm, decision tree, SVM algorithm, KNN algorithm, these are all the things. These are not in your syllabus. Once you know the Python successfully, then we will do the projects by using machine learning. Not only machine learning, you are know how to apply your concept. The only thing you have to know is not theoretical. You have to know application. You have to know the application. This is my application. This is my application. Okay. This is the thing that we are covering. This is the thing, these are the basic things that we are going to discuss throughout our Python class. Remember, these things are not in our syllabus, but I will cover these things also. Now, coming to the syllabus. Basically, the first topic is introduction, who developed the site, how the software is installed, everything, the basic topics. Before going to any programming language, I will start the session. So up to now, what we have discussed, what are the things that we are going to cover? Okay, just to the basics. Now, I am moving into the concept. First of all, what is mean by a program? Without knowing the definition of program, we are not entered into any programming language. And before knowing this program, what the software industry follows? SDLC. What is mean by SDLC? Software development life cycle. Software development life cycle. Without knowing these terms, you are not fit for any software, not fit for even testing also. What is mean by software development life cycle? We have different phases: analysis, design, coding, and testing, and deployment. So these are the different phases. Before this one, we have some requirements gathering. All the basic things are somewhat. These are the important things. Now, understand this SDLC. Once you understand, then we are starting to enter into Python. Suppose my aim is I need to develop a project. I need to develop a project. For example, this is a customer one. Customer one interacts with the management. That is, management in the sense the company who developed the project. The customer interacts with the management. How they given the requirements? How they given the requirements? Suppose here I am designing a billing software. Assume I am designing a bill. I read a billing software. Now I am the user. I given my requirements to the company like this. Sir, I need a project. The project consists of these are the items. For example, assume oil, or some ingredients. What are some example? X1, X2, X3. These are the ingredients I required. This is the MRP. This is the discount. That means I given all my needs in what fashion? In my non-technical terms. Observe the term. Why? Because the customer does not know any technical language. Customer only, that is the user only knows non-technical. I need this information. I need the project like this. Once all these information is gathered, after gathering the information, the most important step is analysis. I am analyzing the given problem. That is what the project given. I am analyzing the project. So first you have to start this step. Second, you have to start this one. Third, you have to start this one. For example, I am given a simple example. Everyone know ATM. Everyone know ATM. First time there is no ATM. Assume there is no ATM. What are the steps? How they are designed the ATM? How they are designed the ATM? Suppose I am my aim is I want to design an ATM machine. I contact a particular company. My requirements are, first I have to enter the PIN number. First I have to enter the PIN number. Suppose if the PIN number is a 4-digit number, then you have to check whether the PIN number is matched with already stored the PIN number. If it is also matched, then check the balance. Check the balance amount. Suppose if my withdrawal amount is less than balance, then only withdraw amount. Otherwise, give some insufficient ones. I give the theoretical information. Now the analysis phase is convert the thing into step by step. What is my first step? Enter PIN number. Second step, verify the PIN number. If the PIN number is verified successfully, then enter your withdraw amount. You got it? I am designing step by step. Once the analysis is completed, then we are moving into design. Design is simply an architecture layout. For example, this is one class. This class performs counting the number of digits. This is the class perform verify whether the pin you entered is equal to the stored pin. This class perform withdraw amount. This is the main class to perform all these operations. Now, my theoretical analysis is converted into design. Up to now, it is same for any programming, any software. These two things are common. Once you understand, now why you are joining the course to become a developer. Now this is the phase of coding. These are called developers. So what the developer do? Developer converts this analysis or design phase into coding, into a program, converting our theoretical analysis into a program. That is called programming. Now, what is mean by programming? Programming is called conversion of the analysis and design into coding. Is called programming. Now the thing is, how do we convert? I said converting, that is okay. How do we convert? For example, I know only English language. For example, I know only English language. You know only Telugu language. Now, what is the thing? You don't understand what I am speaking. So, converting my English language into your Telugu language. That is programming, simple. So, for that, we need a language. Converting analysis into coding, we need a language. So one such language is Python, or else you can use C, C++, Java, .NET, whatever it is. Now what is mean by programming? It is very simple. Now the task of programming very simple. Whatever the simple task I give, the task is converted into code. How? By using simple Python. Now how it is converted? If you know the basic syntax rules, if you know the basic rules, how I am speaking, I know A to Z alphabets, right? Without knowing alphabet, it is not possible to speak a single word. First I know alphabets A to Z. By making this alphabet, I form a word. By using that word, I form a sentence. By using this sentence, I form a paragraph. In the same sense, first I know the basic syntax, that is the basic alphabets of Python. What is the basic alphabets? What is mean by variable? What are the different terms? What is mean by constant? What is a keyword? What are different operators? What is method? What are the blocks? So some basic terms. Whenever we are moving into the session, we will discuss. So these are A to Z. By knowing these alphabets, I am moving into simple step-by-step program. Step by step, I am developing small programs into larger programs. Convert the larger programs again into a project. This is the path you have to follow. Okay. So what is meant by programming? Converting our analysis into is called programming. To convert, we need a language. So one such language is called Python. Now, what is the term program? Program is different to programming. Programming is called conversion. What is mean by program? Simply set of instructions. Set of instructions is called a program. Set of instructions is called a program. Now, and the last point related to this basic introduction, why you are learning this Java or why you are learning this Python or C? We need to develop a software, right? The final our aim is we are moving into software industry. What is a software? Without knowing the definition, how we are entered into the industry? What is the software? Software is simply the set of programs. Software is simply the set of programs which will perform an action or which is used to generate a task. Simply to perform an action, we are combining set of programs. The set of programs is called software. Remember, the software industry divides the software into two types. Not by you, not by me. The entire industry divides the software into two types. The two types of softwares are, one is application software, second one is system software. One is application software, second one is system software. What is the difference? Application. What is mean by application before this one? First, I will explain system software. Now, how your system is working? Operating system is, without operating system, your software is not work. Without operating system, your system is not worked. For example, if you want to execute a program, we need a compiler. So without compiler, your C program is not executed. Like this, operating system is a system software. Now you got the definition. What is the system software? The software that is designed to run any application. The software that is designed to run any application, whatever. For example, you are installing VLC media player. Is this executed directly? No. If your system contains OS, the OS executes the VLC media player. For example, any software, for example, even Facebook, if you are trying to open Facebook, it is not open without operating system. That means a software that is designed for executing all the applications. Once we are designing this operating system software, then we are moving into application. What is mean by application? So the software that is designed for a particular task. For example, to watch movies, I am designing VLC media player. For example, to edit, for example, to open PDF files, I am using Adobe. To perform some operations, I am using Microsoft Word. Suppose right now we are using Paint. So all these are application software. In Microsoft Word document, it is not possible to write PPT. In Word, we are only Word. In Excel, we are using only Excel. So an application, that is software. Remember, once you know the concept of software, whether it is a system software and application software. Okay. Now, I will show you everything. I have PPT, and at the same time, I will provide the content in the form of notepad. That is the material also. Now, this is my second point. This is my second point. What is my first point? My first point is, what is mean by program? Give the order. Whatever we discussed, that is the basic scenario. My first point is, what is a program? Once you know the program, what is a software? Okay. If you want to learn these things, you have to know the concept of SDLC. Why you are moving to software? Why you are moving into program? Now, the most important thing for any computer, any industry, that is language. Without knowing these things, without knowing these languages, you are not knowing even A to Z alphabet also. This is the very, very basic fundamental. What is mean by language? Language is simply the way we are communicating. Language is, suppose here I am speaking English language. So here I am communicating to you by using English language. Suppose you are communicating with me by using Hindi language. Language means simply a communication. In programming concepts, the language is divided into three types. First, to understand these three in the today's session. First one is mission language. Second one is assembly language. Third one is high level language. I will move step by step. Mission language, assembly language, high level language. Remember, understand these languages carefully. Whether you are learning either C, C++, Java, Python, whatever the programming languages, this is the compulsory. What is mean by mission? The name specify. Mission means computer. Mission means computer. Any language that is understandable by the computer. What is mission language? The language that is understandable by the computer is called mission language. In the initial days, these two are not existed. In the initial days, we have only mission language, that is at the starting level, only mission language. So everything is represented in the form of zeros and ones. Remember, that means the mission understands only binary language. For example, I understand only Telugu language. I understand only Telugu language. In the same sense, mission means computer. A computer is fixed. A computer can understand only zeros and ones. Binary language. Right? Fine. Once computer understands zeros and ones, everything is fine. We are writing the program and successfully complete the program. Now, what is the problem here? Why we are moving into next task? Why you are moving into next language? The problem here is it is very difficult to remember. It is very difficult to remember zeros and ones. Why? Because, for example, I need to perform addition between two numbers 2, 3. What is my program? Simply I am writing 2 plus 3, right or wrong? Simple mathematical, 2 plus 3. But the computer does not understand 2 plus 3. So it is not possible to enter 2 by using your keyboard. Right now your keyboard has 2, 3 letters. But in the olden days, they are using like punch cards. They are using like punch cards for giving the input. Punch card in the sense, so like bus tickets, if they are punched means the value is considered as 1. If they are not punched means the value is considered as 0. By using punch cards, they are providing the inputs. So there is no concept of 2, no concept of 3, no concept of plus also. For example, if my aim is to perform addition between 2 and 3, they give the numbers like this: 1, 0. This represents the number 2. 3, 1, 1. This represents the number 3. For example, plus, assume 1, 0, 1, 1. This represents the plus. Like this, you have to remember. Is it possible to remember? Definitely it is not possible. For example, 2 plus 3 is possible. 123 into 154 plus 175. Is this possible? Highly impossible. This is the problem. What is my first problem? It is very difficult to remember all these binary code. And not only this one, we have one more very difficult problem. What is this one? These binary are dependent on mission. For example, this is system 1. On this computer 1, assume plus C is represented as 1011. Today I am not getting my computer. I am using another computer for performing the addition. I am using the same statement 101111. In the previous day I got the output as 5. Now I assume that in this day also I got the output as 5. But no. Why? Because different. That is, this binary code is also dependent on mission. Now, what is the thing? Even though you remember all the binary code, that is related to only one system. If you are changing the system, again you have to remember all the codes. Sir, it is a very, very, very difficult. That is the reason we are not using. We in the sense users. Users are not using this mission language. To overcome this one, we are moving into my second language. Second, we are moving into assembly language to simplify the process. In assembly language, we are using the concept of mnemonics. What is mean by mnemonics? Mnemonics are called instructions. For example, if you want to perform addition, you are using the instruction add 2, 3. That means it perform addition between 2, 3. Suppose MUL 2, 3. It performs multiplication between 2, 3. Observe, compared to machine learning, it is somewhat easier for the user. Compared to machine learning, it is very easy to remember. And one more thing, each and every mission satisfied. For example, in system 1, add. In system 2 also, the command is add. So the same instruction is used in all the systems. So compared to machine learning, it is very, very, very good. But again, we have two problems. First, I will explain the first problem. What is my first problem? The same. We have large number of instructions here. For addition, multiplication, these are not only the tasks we are performing. We have loading, retrieving, perform different number of operations. So these number of instructions are very large. We have approximately thousands of instructions. So it is also very difficult. For example, to load one information into a memory, we are using the command load a comma b. You don't know what is the meaning of add. In the sense, everyone know add is to perform addition. Then what is load? We don't know what is load. For example, load f. We don't know what is load f. We don't know AC. What is AC? We don't know auxiliary memory. AC is auxiliary memory. We don't know PC, program counter. So if you want to perform assembly language, we have to learn the concept of microprocessing. That means if we want to implement this language, we need additional programming microprocessing. So it is also very difficult. Now, here we have second problem also. Right now, I am not explaining the second problem. Now, to remember all these tasks, finally, I am moving into high level language. This is right now we are using. What is mean by high level language? The natural. What is the term natural? Our regular communicating language. So, like suppose English. Remember, depending upon the country, the language may change. Country, the language may change. Generally, at the time of developing, the developers use the high-level language. The developer use the high-level language assumed as English language. English language. Okay. Now, we are writing our programs by using our natural communicating language, English. So, it is very easy for the users. So user easily write the programs, easily communicating. Now up to now it is very fine. To know it is very fine. Just now I learned 3 points. Mission language, high level language, middle between assembly language. Here we have a problem. In the mission language, we discussed the problem. What is the problem in assembly language and high level language? What is the problem? For example, assume high level language. Here, I am writing the program in high level natural language, but the computer does not understand this high level language. Suppose here I am speaking English language. Suppose you are unable to, you know only Telugu language. Assume you are the mission, you know only Telugu language. I am the programmer. I am writing my program in English language. So you are not unable to understand that English. So what is needed? We need a translator. Observe. What is mean by translator? Converting one language into another language. So which language to which language? What is my destination? My destination is obviously mission language. That is, whatever the language you are given, finally the task of translator is to convert the given language into mission language. Why? The computer understands only mission language. So, to convert assembly language into mission language, the name of the translator.
ఎందుకన్నా బతికేయాలి కానీ చాలా
The name of the translator is assembler. Assembler is used to convert assembly language into mission language. That is okay, fine. That is not at all important. So here problem, what is the problem? It takes some time. Suppose if you are writing the program in mission language, the computer directly understand the mission language, directly execute the program and given the output in assume 1 second. Given the output in 1 second. Suppose if you are using assembly language, first you need to convert assembly language into high level language. Sorry, assembly language into mission level language. For this conversion, assume it takes 1 second. After that, execution takes 1 second. So total 2 seconds. Wastage of time. What is the wastage of time? This conversion. The conversion is wastage of time. Okay, that is the problem. Coming to this one, this is our important thing. Converting high level language into mission level language, we need a translator. We have two types of translators for converting high level to mission level. Both are same. Compiler and second one is interpreter. Remember, these are the two translators, two types of translators to convert high level language into mission level language. And my final question is why two? Is only one translator is required. But why we are using two types of translators? The question is very simple. For example, I am given my speech in English language. You are understanding only Telugu language. You are understanding only Telugu language. Assume my speech consists of 10 sentences. Assume my total speech consists of 10 sentences. Here, I will write down. Suppose my speech consists of 10 sentences. All the 10 sentences, my speech is in English language. What is your target language? Assume your target language is Telugu. Now, what is needed? We need a translator. We need a translator. Now, first I will explain the concept of compiler. What a compiler, how the compiler converts means, first I complete my all 10 sentences. I given the complete speech. Now my total speech is completed. After completion of complete speech, the total 10 sentences are at a time. The total 10 sentences are at a time converted into Telugu language. That is the task of compiler. Now, what is the task of interpreter? The interpreter, first, whenever I given the first sentence, the first sentence is converted into Telugu. Now, coming to second sentence, first sentence is converted. Now, second sentence is converted, and so on. The 10th sentence is converted. That means line by line. You observe the difference. The task of both compiler and interpreter is conversion, but they are doing in different ways. They are doing in different ways. Compiler at a time converts, interpreter converts line by line. Which one is the better one? Remember, both have their own advantages, disadvantages. So coming to advantage, which one is fast compared to compiler and interpreter? Obviously, compiler is very, very fast. Why? At a time I am converting. Suppose if you are using interpreter, observe, first I am speaking one sentence, you are converting, that is a transition. Again move back, again listen, that is takes switching time. Switching from English to Telugu, English to Telugu, English to Telugu, many number of switching times are required. So that is the reason compiler is very fast. Compiler is very fast. But then if it is very fast, then why we need interpreter? Simple thing. Suppose if I am writing a program, my program, there is an error at line number 3. There is an error at line number 3. Simply it shows the error instead of converting the remaining lines. If we have error at a particular line, what is the need to convert the remaining lines into mission language? There is no use of conversion. So first they are give the message, you have an error at line number 3. Please resolve, that is debug those error. correct those errors. That is, the message is given. That means, if you correct the line number 3, then only we are moving into line number 4. What is the advantage? It is very easy to identify and correct the errors. But the compiler, all the errors are shown at a time. For example, assume 10 lines of code, my program consists of 5 errors. The compiler shows all the 5 errors at a time. It is somewhat difficult in which line the error is. But coming to interpreter, directly it shows the line number, error along with line number. Directly I am moving into the line number and I resolve the error. Okay, so that is the reason interpreter is best one. Coming to execution time, compiler is best one. Coming to debugging, interpreter is best one. Which one we are considering? Fast is not a matter. Successful execution is the matter. So obviously interpreter. So Java is an interpreter language. In the same sense, Python is also an interpreter language. So Python follows the concept of interpretation. Python follows the concept of interpretation. Okay. This is the language. These are the basic introduction. Once we know this basic introduction, in the next session, we are moving into Python. Next session, we are moving into Python. If you have any doubts in this session, please ask me. This is time for doubts. If you have anything. Anyone, please unmute yourself and ask the doubts.
Hi, sir. So this is Vamshi. I just wanted one clarification. So there
Yes.
in the market there is a trend of Java full stack and Python full stack. Which do you think holds on the weight?
Which we think?
Which do you think will give us better jobs or more jobs in the
So
market?
both have equal priority, 100%. Both. I am not saying only Python is the best one, only Java is the best one. 100% both Java and Python has the equal priority. You can select anything, either Java full stack or Python full stack. Both are. Remember, compared to Java, I said that Python is somewhat better, but both are equal. What is the better in the sense? Python is very easy compared to Java. Python is the easy language. That is the only the advantage. And Python is especially useful for machine learning streaming. Especially mainly useful for machine learning streaming. But remember, both are 100% equal. Java and Python.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Any other else?
Hello, sir.
Hello, please.
Sir, what is the difference between this core and advanced and full stack, sir? Uh,
Yes, yes. In the core and advanced means simply that is a programming module. In the starting of this session, I discussed one point. For example, if you want to develop a project, what are the things you require? You have to write the program. We have to write the program. Whatever the program you have written, that is to be displayed to the user. That means we need a front end like HTML. Suppose you are open IRCTC, how the page looks like. So the page is suppose user login, password, some captcha, all these things are required. For that
yeah.
display, we are using some front end like HTML, JavaScript, Angular, JS. Like how that is displayed, which one has to be displayed, that is done by using Python core and advanced. You got it? So
Yeah.
backend, the complete thing is called full stack.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Oh, any others, please?
Hi, this is Vaishnavi.
Yes, please.
So, with whatever you have explained, right? I mean, just before, so you would start with core and advanced, and then go with full stack. Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
So, which one is more helpful? Like core and advanced, as you said, would it be limited to just to write a simple code, and whereas full stack would be used for projects also, or how is my understanding
No.
correct?
Yes, I got your point. Generally, core and advanced we use is for writing the programs. If you want to implement a full-fledged project, even core and by using core and advanced, we are writing the projects. Not a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, we are implementing the project. But the thing is, if you know only core and advanced, if you are writing, implementing a project, you need some HTML like concepts also. But the concepts are not covered under core and advanced Python. If you know full stack, then you completely writing the project. That is, backend is also developed by you. At the same time, front end is also developed by you. That is the only difference. You can do
Okay.
projects by using both full stack or by using both core and advanced Python.
Okay.
You got
Okay.
my
Got
point?
it. Yeah, I got
Yes.
it. I got it. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
Hello, sir. This is J.
Uh,
Chandran.
yes.
Actually,
Hi.
my question was Python. You said, as per your experience, you said it's a easy language. You can understand anyone. But if you come to the stack, full stack, then
Mm.
it is coming Java and other programming also, right? At that time, oh, so I'm a fresher for this programming side.
Mm.
So which is the best, better for me? Can you just suggest?
So obviously Python is the better one. Obviously,
Yeah,
if it
yeah.
is a
Yep.
fresher, if you are belongs to general scenario is if you don't know any programming language, then Python is the best choice. Python is the best choice. If you already know the basic programming C, C++, if you know C,
Okay.
C++, then Java is the better choice. The
Okay.
remaining part
For
is as it is. Yes.
yeah, yeah, please go ahead, sir.
Yes, the remaining part is same in if you are selecting the full stack in the sense, the only difference is suppose in Java you are using web services for framework. In Java you are using web services, but coming to Python you are using Django. So I will give you the simple difference. Django has inbuilt-in web server. Django has inbuilt-in server. There is no need to write the components multiple number of times. Suppose coming to web services and microservices, they are not inbuilt in servers. They have to import other servers. That means if you have high knowledge of coding, high knowledge of interaction between the database, front end and back end, generally we are going to Java. If you don't know anything, if you are a fresher, if you don't know any programming experience, then we prefer to use Python. Generally, that is my segregation.
So based on your input, can I go up to advanced level for Python, right? I can take like that way.
Yes, you go up to advanced Python, not a problem. After
Okay.
completion of core Python only, you will select the full stack, definitely. Why? Because right
Okay.
now you are the fresher. After completion
Hmm.
of core Python, you will select the automatically full stack also. Right now you are not selected, not a problem. Definitely you will select.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks for your clarification.
And one more thing is the
Hmm.
students who selected this course, they have reasoning and aptitude has the free sessions. Only freshers, the freshers who opted for this Python class, they have
Hmm.
free classes of complete aptitude and reasoning. That is, those are the main two important things for any interview. So for any fresher interview, what are the three things you require? Aptitude, reasoning, and then programming. So here we are teaching the programming along with aptitude and reasoning. Free sessions are also available daily. After completion of the class or before the class, we have the complete aptitude and reasoning classes are also available with free of cost. Remember that.
Okay.
Anything others?
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Any others?
Hello, sir. This is Narendra.
Okay.
Sir, from what date the classes start, sir?
Time you want time or date?
Date, sir.
So from today onwards.
Okay, sir.
So
Actually, I
actually
just
from
want
today
to
onwards,
join from February 1st, actually. I want to
joining
prefer
from
the
February
offline
1st.
February 1st, sir. I want to prefer offline classes, actually.
Okay, no problem. For these approximately only 5 or 6 days, these 5 or 6 days coming for online from February 1st onwards, you will come to offline.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
And remember, every day we are providing the recording videos also. Suppose if you are
Yeah.
not unable to attend the class for the today's session, after completion of the class, we are providing the recorded videos also for the complete, for the entire course, we are providing the record videos. No problem.
Okay. Sure, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Also, same kind of questions for my side also.
Yes.
Actually, any government holiday or Saturday, Sunday you are planning, or it is continuously the class is going?
Okay, I'm giving the instructions. Generally, every
And time
Saturday and
also?
Sunday holiday.
Okay,
We have classes from
Sa
Monday to Friday.
Friday. So what about the government holiday this week?
Government
Thursday is
holiday in the
coming.
sense that is, for example, last week Pongal holidays. Pongal holidays we are given the holidays depending upon that
Okay,
thing.
right.
And
So time
if
is
we have
same, right?
any important festival means we are given the holidays
Right, right. So
generally.
time is same, right? 11:30 to 12:30.
Time is same timing, 11:30 to 12:30.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.